Alright, this has become a norm on United Matters channel. Every after a game that United plays, we come in here and we tell you what the manager said after the game in the For You. I'm sorry, it's a 6-3, non 6-1. Oh my god, what's really going through my mind? It's 6-3, guys. I'm sorry, let me change this. Let me alter this immediately because I can't really go ahead and really humiliate my team again after that demolition by Man City by coming out and really putting out a fake result again. It has been 3-6, 6-3, not 6-1. It was like my mind had really went back into a flashback of that result where we are beaten by Manchester City 6-1, and Balotelli donned onto a shirt that had a word or a statement that why always me. So I think I was back into default mode, but obviously don't really take that. I'm sorry about it. Now I think it's well said. Erik ten Hag reacts to Manchester United 3, Man City 6. Obviously, this game of football happened. Lots of things have really happened in this game of football, but we are here to really break down what he really said. And maybe most of you that have not heard from the manager, because most of you have been pissed. But the reason as to why I've come in late to do this, because I know that emotions have been high, and I really believe that by now, emotions are now settled, and I think you can now watch this video in a very calm mode. And obviously, Rokan David is my name. United Matters channel is the YouTube channel you're watching me on. In Africa, Big Brother Niger has ended today, and Fina has emerged the winner. If at all you want to go on and know how she really came ahead to really win into the YouTube channel, search for Afrogist Television. The video is already up there and you'll know what has happened. Let's get straight into the main issue why we are here. Erik ten Hag said, the lack of belief, I'm surprised why we didn't bring it on the pitch. I have seen a different team spirit and we did not look convinced. I have to talk to my players and find out why. Obviously, when credit was given to Erik ten Hag after that loss of Brentford, we all said, all right, because we smashed Liverpool, we smashed Arsenal, Southampton, and Leicester City. But what was so much common in all those 4 games, it was the intensity that we played with. That's it. The energy, the love that we deployed in the field of play. But the running was minimal and the energy was little. And I don't know what really happened to these players in the For You. Maybe they were really shocked by the way City really came to them. But obviously, however much we lost, we didn't have gone ahead to lose by 6 goals to 3. So this is why Ten Hag is really telling us that he has to go on and talk to the players and ask them what happened, because we had a game plan, you didn't follow it up, and I don't know why. Guys, these players need a lot of answers. Need to give a lot of answers to the gaffer in the names of Erik ten Hag. Then Ten Hag said, if you don't fight, which we didn't, you are going to have a problem against Man City. This is different to Brentford. That day we didn't run. Today we wanted to run, but there was a lack of belief. So, were the players frightened? I think what really happened needs to go ahead and really be explained by the players to the manager, because different directions given to these players, and obviously they totally did something different on the field of play. But this is something that is not going to get out of these players immediately. You get? You expect it to go out slowly by slowly, because Rome wasn't built in one day. And trust me, if you're changing a human being, you can't change him in just 3 months. Sorry about that. These players are human, and them being human, it really calls for them to be really emptied this in their heads, because going 1 goal down, and they defended, because they defended for 22 minutes and they had not considered a goal, and they had not even crossed the center line with the ball in the City half. In the 22nd minute, the goal came in through, and obviously it was all about poor marking. But us having bodies and marking poorly is really something that these players should explain, because they are things that are really basic in the game of football. And in the game of football like this, energy and work rate are really minimum standards. You get? So I think Ten Hag telling other players wanted to run today, but there was lack of belief. What caused disbelief in these players? What caused it? Because they know this is a derby, biggest game in the area, and why not go out and put out the best out of yourself? So that is all what we need to go in here and really question these players, and maybe Ten Hag will come out and really tell us in the press conference he's going to conduct on Wednesday in a side which goes by the names of Omonia, where we're going to play that side in there. Then Ten Hag went ahead to say, I will show the team tomorrow we could have been on the front foot in the first goal. We won the ball and could have created a chance and gave it away. That is unacceptable. Obviously, the way we really reacted every time the second ball is available for us to win was really abysmal. And every time you don't win the second ball, you are really beaten. This is what the gaffer is talking about, that these players just gave out the goal. And obviously, I just saw it flow from the back of Man City, because United looked like they were really afraid. What shows you that we really were really so much fragile on the ball is even Eriksen, one of the best players on the field of play, especially when holding that ball is concerned. He went a wall in this game. He went a wall. You couldn't notice him, and you couldn't feel his impact. His impact was not felt. So that is something I really want to see improve at Manchester United. And obviously, Erik Ten Hag is really telling the players to go on and really change. Then Ten Hag on Casemiro's head. On the day we signed him, we started to win. The team was doing well. It is not against Casemiro. It's for Scott McTominay. I am sure he will be part. He'll be important for us. In the short term, he will find himself in the team, but it has to come in a natural way. And I believe, what other natural way do you want Casemiro to come in the team? If we lost 4-0 against Brentford and heads were rolled, Harry Maguire benched, Luke Shaw benched, which other player? Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, and which other player out of the team? I think those are the two players that we are really benched. Now, heads need to roll again. They need to roll again. I believe Scott McTominay has had his play. Let him play against Omonia and against Everton. We should see Casemiro starting that game of football. That's it. We should see him start. Because after the other players really put up a very bad performance, they were thrown out of the starting team. Now, here comes these players. Scott McTominay putting up a poor performance. Heads should roll, and Casemiro's chance should be this one. And I'll be so much fuming if at all Casemiro doesn't come in through, because Erik Ten Hag would have shown us some bit of favoritism. Because if you fail when there is a better player on the bench, then he has to come in through and do the job. So I believe Casemiro should be given a chance to go ahead and really get this done, because he has proven to us that he's really one of those players that is really good at doing this. Then Ten Hag on whether Eriksen on Haaland at the corner was a plan. He said, of course not. And these are things that show how much our brains were beaten. It looks like Man City first beat our brains before they really went ahead to beat the team. How would you let Eriksen mark this guy, Haaland? Even the first goal, you saw Eriksen, because he's not a central defensive midfielder, he couldn't track the run of Phil Foden. Someone will say he tracked it and gave up. Obviously, that's what I'm talking about, because if a CDM in the name of Casemiro was there, he wouldn't have given up. He would have followed up this guy and wouldn't have let him get a free ball in the 6 yards area of United to really place that ball into the back of the net in the 22nd minute. So, a lot of naivety that is happening in that United side. These players, I think a lot should be needed to be called out, and time is up for Ten Hag to really put Eriksen in his proper position. And maybe in a game like this, you play a double pivot of Scott McTominay and Casemiro, and then you go ahead and really use Eriksen as a controller. Bruno, being a captain, I know he's not really playing very well, and the manager is really loving him on the field of play, but he should pay. He should pay for his bad deeds. If Don is fit, I play him against Everton. Bruno needs to go on the bench. And I really believe that it's better for Donny to come in through and play against Omonia and really show the money that this is what I have for you if at all you give me a game. I want Erik ten Hag to get Donny van Beek back in his thoughts that, please, I need this guy to be playing as a central attack midfielder. Let Bruno not be there, knowing that he is the only player who can play there because he has played some games badly and poorly and he has been left on the field of play. This is something that we should call out on this manager, that players shouldn't be here because they are just tied on long contracts and they are running all over the pitch. But even if you run all over the pitch, when you get the ball and you really don't give us the distribution that we deserve, you should be on the bench. Because for me, I believe there is a better player in Donny van Beek than Bruno. But I don't know why Ten Hag is not employing Bruno to get, employing Donny van Beek to come and do this job. That's what I'm talking about. So guys, let's not be blindfolded by this, and I believe he has to go on and really change it. Then Ten Hag said, I wanted to change the attitude of the team. We were braver in the second half, created chances and scored 3 goals. Only from mistakes you learn. We have to do better in the next game. Now, talking of us playing better in the second half, I've seen someone coming out and say, no, City are dropped off. Guys, City came on at Old Trafford last season. First half it ended 2-0. Guess what their manager told them? Go and control that game, hide that ball for Manchester United, and obviously score when a chance comes. I think he never changed the plan. After hitting us 4, he gave the same orders to these players. And trust me, City will never want to give the ball to the opponent because they know every time you give the ball to the opponent, that's what happens. I think the coming in of Casemiro in that midfield area really changed a lot. It changed a lot. Freddy coming in through, Martial coming in through, it changed a lot into that midfield area and he went ahead to put up a very, very good performance as far as this game of football was concerned. And obviously, let's give credit where it's due. Second half, we played better. And if at all people think that City just gave it up, that we are thinking about the Champions League game, that's a lie. Why did they concede 3 goals? You think Pep Guardiola really loved it when he conceded 3 goals? He never liked it. And I know in the dressing room he's fuming because it painted a different picture altogether. And teams that fear Man City will know, all right, United came and really put 3 in. I think we can also go and really put in others. So I believe in the second half we played better and I think we can build on that, but some heads have to roll. Then Ten Hag said it's a process. When you are not concentrated against Man City, you get hammered. That is what happened. You cause your own problems. You get hammered. Obviously, we got hammered because we lacked concentration. These players look like they had a lot of City infliction into their minds. And when the first goal went in through, it took us 15 minutes to concede the second one. And after that, it took like 3, 4, 5 minutes to make it 3 and then to make it 4. You wouldn't like your team to be in such a position, but what brings that? It's when you are not concentrated. You must be on alert. You must not make mistakes. And the manager warned them before the game, but these players really went ahead to do the negative. But obviously, Ten Hag is also to blame because of his tactics that we are really ill against City. You get? They are very ill. Then Ten Hag said, all the credit to Man City, but it's nothing to do with City. Our performance was not good. As individuals, they are not convinced and did not support each other. The lack of fight and spirit in the team. So, everything that really came in through against City is something to learn. And I believe Ten Hag is a good student of his own mistakes. See the reaction of United after losing the side which goes by the names of Brentford. We went ahead to react very well, beat Liverpool, beat Southampton, beat Leicester City and Arsenal. Now we've lost another game. So this should be a wake-up call, and I believe the manager is going to make the right calls every time he is going to have them in training, and I know he is going to tell them that no resting tomorrow. You should come at Carrington and train because you need to go on and really correct your mistakes. That's it, and that is what Erik ten Hag said about that. But the lack of fight and spirit in the team, obviously, they couldn't support one another, and obviously, when you are defending and attacking, supposed to be a chain. You get a chain. When one piece of a chain misses out, it's no longer a chain. That means it's broken. So the chain of attack and defense was always broken because of the lack of support from these fellow players. Then he went ahead to let us know that there are also positives, but in this moment, I can't think like that. We let the fans down, we let ourselves down, and I'm hugely disappointed. We have to live with that and learn from it. So, however, much positives are there, but they cannot be emulated out loudly. Reason being, we lost 6-3. If it was 3-2, 2-1, 1-0, you would have come out and hinted about positives, but no need to talk about positives, because if you hint about a positive in this game, you'll be like sending a player in their mind that, please, even if you lose 63 when they're positives, then we come out and really be hailed about it. Something that you don't want to happen to your players. You just have to go on and really slate them in this game of football after losing Holybri to a side which goes by the name Man City. Of a match, they're the best pass of the ball, but that doesn't come out and really give us a beating of 6-3. So it shouldn't be like this. Now, Ten Hag said Man United players have to accept criticism. They showed against Liverpool, Arsenal, when they perform as a team, when they bring the belief on the pitch, starting individual, we will show them, and you cannot deny. That is what Ten Hag really had to say about United players in the For You, and I think he really said lots of things that we need to go ahead and really acknowledge about this guy. But to me, I believe lots of things to learn from. It will be naive not to go out there and sleep over it and tomorrow come out and really address the issue, because if you don't address the issue, you are not going to solve the problem. That's it. You need to come out and address this issue outside there to the players, and we want to see a very huge response against Omonia and a team which goes by the names of Everton. We want to respond with a beating to the side of a team which goes by the names of Everton, and obviously a team which goes by the names of Omonia, because when you do that, you will automatically erase what will happen in the game of Man City. But when you go ahead and really draw at a side which goes by the names of when you go ahead and draw at a side which goes by the names of Everton or lose, then the same old story will repeat, and I want that same old story to end. And how do you end it? Simply go ahead, win your game of football against Omonia, win the game of football against a side which goes by the names of Everton, then host Newcastle and give them a beating at Old Trafford, and then the rest will be history. That's what I really believe that we need to go ahead and really do. But you can't come out and lose out on other games and don't really be up. I'm looking for tweets that Ten Hag told about Ronaldo that he couldn't really bring him in the game that had already been lost. Martial needed minutes because he had not been playing, and obviously Martial came in through and really scored 2 goals in this game, a brace. I think that's one of the positives that Erik ten Hag hinted about in a different way altogether, and obviously it's something that we shouldn't come out here and ever see again, especially in the City derby, because Erik ten Hag is a late manager, and I believe he's going to employ another system that really gets us to the level of really being prosperous into this season. Lastly, but least, this game, losing to City, to me, these are games that come in the season and you really rate them off. But we went into this game without of optimism that maybe if we're going to lose, we might lose by 2-1, 3-1. You get? But no one saw it going to 6. But the way the players dropped off let us down. But I believe if we come out and respond very well in the next fixtures, I think we can add up. Why do we have to add up? Because let me show you something here. let me show you something, because we've lost a side which goes by the names of Man City, and now Man City has played one game more than us, and guess what has happened? They are now, City is now at 20 points. They're having 8 points more than us. And let me show you something. I want to show you something on the screen. All right, that's the table. So to me, I believe we just have to lift our heads back. Look at United. 7 games played, 4 won, 0 drawn, 3 lost. How many points? They are 12. And we are 8 points behind Man City. Yes, and 9 behind Arsenal. Arsenal, Man City, and Spurs have played one more game than us. If United goes ahead to really get a win in their remaining game, or the game they have in hand, we will be having 15 points, meaning that we'll be 5 points behind City and 6 behind Arsenal, meaning that what we should do is to go on and really get ourselves ready and really get ourselves back to the winning ways, and we can really see ourselves really get back to the levels they're supposed to be. And let me show you our fixtures that we're going to play, and most of these teams are there bragging and laughing at us, but they've not played City, they've not played Arsenal. I think we are the only team that has gone in the top 6 and played these number of games. 3 against the top 6. That's a lot of games, meaning that we are left with Spurs. We are left with Spurs and Chelsea. That's it. So I believe we can turn it around, and if at all we can beat Everton on Sunday, you get Newcastle on 16th. You get this Chelsea game is going to be tricky, and West Ham on the 30th of October. I think we won't end the month of October on a low. If we win these games, West Ham, Newcastle, Everton, and out of the possible 12, we get like 10 points. That won't be bad. That won't be bad. We'll be at like how many points? 22 points. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, according to me. Because in these, Arsenal is going to face teams like Chelsea. Arsenal is going to face teams like Liverpool. They have to play City. You know that very well. So let's wait and see what's going to come out from this. But that has been the manager's reaction. But feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about Erik ten Hag's reaction to Man City 6, United 3. I hand you over to the Almighty Lord. Subscribe to this channel. I sign out for now. See you later. Last video is coming in through later. It's going to be about my player ratings. United 6, Man City 3. I'm out.